Desculpa, I'm so sorry I'm late. Here, Gilda, hi, hola, bom dia.
Hi, bom dia.
Look at that beautiful blue sky behind you.
Yeah.
And look at the terrible lighting on me. Now, I wanted to show off this place to its absolute beauty behind me. So I think I'm going to go for a long shot now. Apologies to everybody for making you wait. Oh, that's better. That's better of me. Maybe not of you, but certainly the apartment here at Martinhal, Cascais, where I was locked out until about 30 seconds ago. It's been quite dramatic this morning, but bom dia, alegria to everybody. And a special hello to you, Gilda. How are you? Tudo bem?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Good. After the weekend, I took the weekend to rest and to work a little bit on some things that I had behind. So it was a productive weekend.
A nice balance by the sound of it. A work-life balance weekend. Excellent, excellent. And a beautiful blue sky behind you. People will want to know, where can I get a blue sky like that?
In Seychelles, where I live.
Yeah, just across the water from, well, you have a beautiful view, don't you, of Lisbon from that side of the water, the picture postcard
Yes,
view.
we do. Not from my apartment, because I have buildings in front, but in Seychelles in general, yes, you have a great view.
Amazing, amazing. So let's say hello to a few people. It is Visa Update Day. So let's get that on the screen, shall we? So everybody knows exactly what we're doing this morning. Gilda from Ei is here this morning. And so are many other people who are going to be telling me off. I can just feel it in my bones that people are going to be saying, Carl, where have you been? And I can explain. Bon dia, my lovely GMP family. Happy Monday, everybody. Thank you very much, Andrea, in the Netherlands there. Thunderduck's here as well. Bon dia, alegria. Healthy Move Portugal, which is Matti, right? Let's go for the Portuguese here. Infelizmente, estou de volta em casa contando.
Quando os dias para voltar.
Thank you very much for your help with that, Gilda. Healthy Move, good to see you already safely back in the Netherlands. Sorry you had to come back. So, yes, Matti, how was it? How was your trip to Portugal? Tell us all about it, please. It looks like you had a great time. So we would like to hear. Ujwala Naik, hello, everyone. Good morning. Good morning to you, Ujwala. And Stephen Wells is here. Bon dia to you. We're going to get underway with some visa updates and mix. You know how I get told off for not covering enough ground with the visa updates? Well, we've got Gilda here, but Francis is here. It'd be rude not to say hello to all the lovely GMP people. Bon dia, alegria, everyone. Hope you had a great weekend. We certainly did. Jackie Polly, our guest from last week. Bon dia, Carl and Gilda. Hope you both had a great weekend. Looks like.
Yeah, we did.
We did. Mine's continuing, actually. Bon dia, Gilda and Carl. Today hey, look at this. Jim White, VFS in Washington, D.C. Fingers crossed. So let's jump in right there, Gilda.
At what time, Jim? At what time? I need to know.
Okay. And how will Jim be prepared for this? And what's the best thing to do if somebody's in a similar condition?
Well, we already contacted him several times. We prepared the package, and he's well prepared. But I want to know at what time he's going there. So if something pops up, we never know. We can be prepared to.
Yeah, absolutely. Step in.
Yeah.
And help out. So, Jim, all the best with that. Boa sorte, as we say in Portugal. And a lot of people said good luck here as well. Andrea being the first to do that. Good morning, people, from a beautiful sunny day in paradise in Lisbon as well. Over there in Caparica, I believe, or he might be working in town this morning. Right, Francis, with a question about Portugal citizenship. Straight into this, Gilda. Am I underestimating how long it will take me to get wife and kids citizenship sorted out in the South Africa consulate? I have time before moving, but I don't want to wait till then to start. So yes, getting the timing right on this. So what advice would you have for somebody coming from South Africa?
He's talking about the citizenship.
Well, I think he's talking about residency, or is he Francis?
I
Can you
have
elaborate? Yeah.
citizenship. I understand how long it takes my sort. Yeah, he's talking about citizenship. Well, I don't think he should go that route through the South African consulate. I think he
Oh.
should bring his family. He
Mhm.
should bring his family with the Schengen visa because he's European. He should apply for the Schengen visa for his family, and then
Yep.
he should apply for the family reunion with the
Yes.
family here, and then they would have the residency, and with the residence they should apply for the citizenship because the citizenship takes about 1 year and a half.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, I think that's my mistake messing that up because this is a reunification, as I recall. This is a reunification situation for Francis and the Gersbach family. So what you're suggesting is come here and do it here.
Yes, that is
In
my
Portugal.
suggestion.
All righty, thank you very much. A quick sunrise from the Alentejo district this morning from Jackie Polly, who we mentioned before. Thank you very much for that. The sun rising in Portugal there. Thank you very much indeed, Jackie. That's beautiful. Do send in your sunrises and your sunsets. Cindy B here. She, the hostess of the living room. Bon dia alegria from a cool Porto this morning. How's it going, Cindy? And Jim, yeah, thanking, well, Cindy B and Andrea, wishing Jim the best of luck, and Jim sending back his thanks in kind. Bon dia todos from Scott in Viana de Castelo. Beautiful day here in VDC. Tell us more, Scott. Is that where you're going to settle? Is there anyone in Viana de Castelo who would like to join me for a cup of coffee or a walk? That would be super. That's brilliant. Absolutely, Scott. That you've seen Scott's message there. If you're in the area, Rebel Mama might be fairly close to you, but it's the Northerners who will be especially interested in that. Victoria's here, Atlanta, Georgia, possibly. Bon dia alegria. T-minus 9 days. T-minus 9 and counting for my departure to Portugal. Fantastic news, Victoria. Yes, count those days down with us every morning here, and we will be right behind you and in front of you, encouraging you. Portugal, the Portugal way. Jeff Hill is here. Hola, bon dia from Las Vegas. Have you had a hot day there, Jeff, already? Paul Richards from Harrogate. Lovely sunny day here with temperatures in the 19s and blue skies. Still, it won't last. Rumor has it, Carl, you're splashing the money about in posh hotels. I don't know what 164 out of 200 means. Is that a review? Because I'm giving this 10 out of 10. And I did want to actually, I will show you a picture of me in my bathrobe. Maybe after Gilda's gone. I don't want to embarrass her on air, but it was going to be a guessing game, and I'm not well lit because I want to show the apartment off to its full beauty, which I hope you can see in some way behind me. I haven't done it justice, but I've just come back from a wonderful breakfast, but I didn't have the right key. So I had to run back to Mrs. M and the kids and get the right key to get into the villa. But Paul, you're on the right track there, absolutely. I guess Carl is sipping on that coffee he shared earlier on Facebook. Yes, sorry, everybody. It did make me late having to run back. Congrats and also safe travels, Victoria, and a wonderful time in Portugal to you. How fantastic is that? We started the party. Where's the host? I'm here now. I thought you were talking about yourself there, Cindy, but I've got a lot to learn from you about hosting, I think. Hola, bon dia from California, from Hank Stalica, who you know, Gilda. Morning to
Yeah, and he's annoyed with me. I bet.
Why? What's going on?
Because he told me he sent me a WhatsApp message and I have to reply to him.
Okay, Hank. Hang on in there, buddy.
I will. I always do.
It's me you should blame, Hank. I'm holding Gilda up this morning because she's with me every Monday for a visa update. Ian Turner, hola bon dia todos, counting down. Victoria, it will seem strange following the show in normal time. Fingers crossed for your trip. How lovely. So much love across the community here on Good Morning Portugal. Live from Cascais this morning. Well, I am anyway at the Martinhal Resorts, and so many messages coming in. I am looking out for those visa update questions as well. So if you've got them, put them in capitals maybe or something like that. I want to make sure we get to you. Victoria says, my visa was approved on Friday. The waiting is over. Portugal, here I come. Great news. Parabéns, je vous say on that. Carl was having, look at all these rumors. Carl was having a lie-in. Morning, everyone. What are you doing here so early, Fiona? Anyway, on the day that I'm late, you turn up early. How weird. Gilda from Hank. A lot of shouting going on in the comments this morning. The lighting's an improvement, to be honest. How rude. How rude. Debbie Forager, possibly a forager. Bon dia todos da ensolarada Cornwall. What does that mean? Is that a sunny Cornwall, possibly? Ensolarada. Would you say there, Gilda?
Ensolarada, it's a sunny Cornwall.
Yeah. Sunny Cornwall in the southwest of the UK. Hope you both, Gilda and Carl, had a great weekend and a wonderful weekend. Well, thank you. We'll take that twice.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hello, Kumar from Bangalore, India. Hello, Carl and Gilda. Good morning to you.
Hello.
Hello. Franz Muller, extra special member of the YouTube channel here. Domdia from France, from South Africa. We had our first meeting with Christina from Ei on Friday, which is great news. Christina, I think, will be joining us from time to time on these morning slots, won't she, Gilda?
Yes, because she's taking lots of consultations and she's becoming more and more attached with the expats community, and everybody is asking for Christina these days. They don't care about Gilda anymore. It's just Christina and Christina. So yeah, she will turn more times, and I invited her to do the next webinar with me. She didn't say yes yet, but I hope she does. Because she's very good. She's wonderful with the D7s, and she's very good. And she's now working with not exclusively, but more with South African, Indian, and American jurisdiction.
Oh, okay, excellent. So a bit of a specialism there. So we're going to mix and match. So you think you'll both be on together for the first time, and then we'll have to wait and see each Monday morning whether it's you or Christina?
I hope so.
I think that's how it's going to go. Dougie's here as well. Good morning, Carl from Douglas, and morning, Gilda, as well. Not forgetting Gilda, of course. Antonio F is here. Natalie Gray also. Do you need a Junta de Freguesia letter of residence for your CEF appointment? Have we got enough information there, Gilda, to be able to answer that question? Because we don't know the context, do we?
Yes.
You do?
You do need a letter from the Junta de Freguesia if your contract, if your rental agreement is not a 1-year rental agreement and it's not registered at the finances.
Okay, so that's the atestado, I take it.
Yes. So instead of the contract, because the contract does not comply with the CEF requirements, you take the atestado of the Junta de Freguesia.
There you go. Yes, I've been in that condition and been along to the Junta de Freguesia. You get an amazing view of local life at that sort of parish level of Portugal, don't you? It's fantastic. Talking of parishes and juntas and the cámaras, what's going on politically this week, Gilda, in Portugal? I see a lot of people saying, vote for me, as far as I can make it. What's happening this week?
So there are going to be elections for the juntas. It's called the autárquicas. Okay. So we are going to vote for our local representatives.
Right. And that's quite an exciting time because politics in Portugal, I don't know, maybe it's different because I'm a foreigner, but it looks like people are very interested and engaged in politics in here, where they're not so engaged and positive about it in other countries. Or is that just my fault?
I think it's just a thought, because when it comes to the statistics, no one goes and votes.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
So participation is not great, as it turns
out.
No,
participation is not great.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that just goes to show, being a foreigner abroad, I have, and as I've said before, I have a political age of about 10. So that's as far as I'm able to sort of discern what's going on. And also, the question then, of course, for you residents is you can take part at this level, I believe. You can't, until you're a citizen, take part in the general national elections. But as a resident, you can take part on this local level, right, Gilda?
I'm not sure.
Okay, I think you can. I'm sure that will be answered in
I think it's only after you become a permanent resident.
Okay, all right. I'm sure we will get clarification of that.
But I'm not sure.
Okay, bon dia, Gilda and Carl watching from New York City this morning. Hello, what time is it? Pretty early, right? 3 in the morning, possibly? Good morning from Tavira, from Monica. Monica Z, I'm going to call her.
No. I want to hear you say that surname.
Why? Okay. All right. That's easier. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for Monica Dzibiowska. No, Jibkowska. Oh, Monica, can we please have a phonetic pronunciation of that? Gilda's really enjoyed that moment there. Jeff Jackson saying, "Bom dia, Carl and Gilda." It's Matty. Hola, como vai? Says Victoria, having discovered who Matty is behind all these pseudonyms that people use on YouTube. Good to know you're ready to come, says Antonio F. It is really lovely, actually, Victoria. And with so many other people here in this community that we've seen your plans shape up over the last months and year, and now people are on their way. And I get a call or a text saying, I'm in Portugal. And it's just so amazing how things have changed in the last few months. So it's great to be in touch with each and every one of you. And so I'm so delighted to be part of the journey if I am in some way. And Gilda is, of course, more so than me. Popularity of Portuguese immigration is getting far too much work for their CEF offices. Keep up the great work. So David Mole, good morning, David. Yeah, can we have a CEF update, please, Gilda?
Yeah, David is totally correct. It's too much work, and they still closed. You know, they are not open for new appointments except for those that have a residency visa.
Okay.
You see?
All right.
So if you want to do the family reunion, if you come to Portugal to study and you want to make a resident permit based on study, they are still closed. So what are they thinking? What are they doing? Everyone is wondering. Are they hiring more people? Are they teaching more people? I hope so, because this needs to go in a better route.
And there is no indication of this at the moment. It's purely guesswork, is it? Even at your level?
Yeah. It's top secret. No one knows.
Amazing, isn't it? So, David, completely understanding the situation there by the look of it. Keep up the great work, Gilda, Cristina, Francesca, and all the team at Ei Migrante Assessoria. Actually, what does the Assessoria bit mean? I say this, Ei Migrante e Assessoria. That's the full name of your company, isn't it? What does Assessoria mean?
Assessoria means like helping with paperwork.
Assessoria. Okay. All right. So there you go. Excellent. Thank you very much for that. I've been saying it all this time. Didn't know what it meant. It's good to check these things. Bummed out. We won't be able to come until June, says Hank. What can we do to cheer you up, Hank? Except show you pictures of the beautiful Portuguese backdrop. I don't know if that's helping or not. It was a great vacation indeed, says Matty. But as usual, too short and over too quick. Was able to get some starters done. NIF and bank account. Well done, sir. Sorted out on the fiscal front there. Paul Williams is here. Stunning start to the week here. Hoping for a productive time. Yes, we're well into September, aren't we? We've got the autumn equinox coming up. We've got a lovely full moon at the moment, and the weather is still looking very good over here in Portugal. Yeah, it's fantastic. Have Christina on speed dial is how Jim is saying one should prepare. Yeah, absolutely. John Gibson also here this morning. Bon dia, Carl and Gilda. How soon can I start the reunification process for my family after my D7 application is turned in? And will they have to stay in the USA?
No. They can come with you. And then you come with your visa. You do the resident permit. And then once you have the resident permit, we book the family reunification for them. But they can come with you in the first place.
And indefinitely, or they are on a visitor visa, though, are they?
No, they are on a visitor visa.
Yeah, okay. Excellent. That's good to know, isn't it, John? Let us know. We're going to have to settle for a 3-week visit in January instead of a permanent home. I think Hank is sounding pretty bummed this morning, isn't he?
No, Hank, come on, cheer up. And
Hank.
we settle for a day, we brainstorm and we do something. We have to think together what we are going to do about your case. But we are going to manage, okay? We will brainstorm.
We'll sort it out, Hank. Don't worry. Dora Machala here. Good morning to all. Watching from Malta. How easy is it?
We are making many processes from Malta these days.
What's going on?
I don't know. Dora, Dora, tell us, what is going on? We are making many process for Malta. What is it?
Yeah, because interestingly, Malta is seen as a very great destination, isn't it, for people? A
I
lot of
think
Brits
that
are there.
it looks boring. I don't know.
Did you just say Malta looks boring?
Yeah, boring.
Okay, fair enough. Let's see what Dora says about that. We've also had the opportunity to see the house I will rent in January, inside and out. Maybe that's why Dora's on her way. Found my working spot on the back porch terrace on that property. This is good. This is really useful visualization. It helps things to happen, Matty. So I'm glad you're using the law of attraction or whatever you might be calling it there. How easy, Dora goes on to say then, how easy is it to move as an EU citizen? Well, it's very easy.
It's very easy.
So if Malta is part of the Schengen agreement, then right, Gilda, why would you need to be helping people?
No, because there are people that live there that are from other countries. Those are the people there.
Oh, okay. So if you're Schengen, it's no biggie, and you just need to register once you're here if you intend to stay longer. But yeah, for these people who up until now have been using Malta as their assumed residency, but as you say, Gilda, might be finding it a bit boring now and they want to move on to Portugal. That's the sort of person that's getting in touch with you. I get it. I'm a bit slow this morning. Thanks, Gilda. Gives a good reason to visit. There you go, Francis. Pleasure to help. And Jeff Jackson, wishing you much success at the VFS, Jim White. Well, we'll know in the morning, won't we, how that went? Jim, keep in touch. Wolfgang, hello, Wolfgang. Good morning to you. Bon dia, Carl and Gilda. Good to see you both. Great to see you as well, my friend. And Hank, I hope you will have time to visit me in Pombal then, says Matty. That was my move, which will be completed by then. So see, as well as tracking the journeys of all these people, we're also witnessing the birth of a fantastic network of people all over Portugal who you might at least be able to go and have a coffee and a beer with, but maybe even somewhere to stay a bit of couch surfing or something even a bit more luxurious. Can't wait to settle into Praia da Rocha and get to know all the awesome Good Morning Portugalers in person, says Victoria. Not annoyed at all, says Hank. Gilda, no rush at all. Oh, that's good to know, isn't it? Jeff Hill in Las Vegas is saying, morning, Colin, Gilda. Gilda, how far back in the United States, looking at income, bank statements for income and savings? Okay, I think the question there is, how long do your statements have to go back? How historical do they have to be, Gilda?
3 months.
Just 3?
Yes, 3 months back.
Okay. So those of you who just get your bank statements and stuff them in a drawer, that shouldn't be too difficult to find, should it? Or maybe you do it electronically these days. Good morning, everyone, from Dominique. Fantastic to see you, Dominique Core. Oh, God, yes. Healthy move, Matty. Hit me up on the forums, and we'll try to set something up. The next tour of Hank and Connie. I mean, it was epic last time, wasn't it? And the amount of interest they created in our forum was extraordinary. So it's a bit like when the Rolling Stones go on tour. Maybe there should be T-shirts and merchandise this time. The Algarve is probably the best place to spend the winter here, so you'll be fine. Antonio F. is so. Would you agree with that? Algarve, best place in the winter, Gilda?
Oh, yes.
No question. All right. Fantastic. Gary Austin, Garvo, the man of reason is here. Good morning to you, Gary. Bon dia to you. And I haven't forgotten the pictures of the feast, which I think we'll do tomorrow, Gary. Thank you very much for those. And celebrate the work of Owen tomorrow. Debbie Fuller, bon dia todos. Oh, from, yes, sunny Cornwall. Yes, it is, says Debbie, agreeing there. Is Debbie Forager and Debbie Fuller the same person, I wonder? Yes, it'll be odd not watching Good Morning Portugal at 4 a.m, but it will probably be after a run on the beach in Portugal every morning. Check you out. It was, if we move on the D7 visa, for how long in Portugal must we continue to prove the monthly passive income, says or asks Franz Muller?
Okay, for now and at the moment, because things may change after, but at the moment, once the visa is approved, it is approved. And then when you will have your residence permit, when you go to the CEF meeting, you just need to show your Portuguese bank statements, okay?
Yeah.
That will not prove nothing, but what you had to prove, it was already proved at the consulate. And at the renewal, you only need to show that you have no debts with the Portuguese tax authorities and, very important, and that you still have enough money in your Portuguese bank account to sustain yourself. So that's it. They are not going to check your income, your pensions. They are not going to check any of it again.
Very good. There you go, France. Very simple answer for you this morning here on the Good Morning Portugal show. Every Monday morning, Gilda from Ei Migrantes Astoria is here with a visa update and a question I have that came in to me regarding the D7, Gilda. So you're here. It's seen as a obviously as the passive income visa. How able are people to start a business here if they are on the D7 visa? Is that possible to work either as a company or start up an LDA or work for somebody else, or does it have to be strictly passive income and retirement based?
Once you show you have the requirements for the D7 visa, okay, you have the passive income and you have the savings, and that is approved. And once you have the resident permit, you can do whatever you want, because you find the job. It's true, you find the job, but if you're like fired, you still have your passive income, like a rental from a house.
Yes.
So you can show that, okay, you had a job because you're too young and you want to work. But if you don't have that job, you still can survive on your passive income. Okay. If you want to incorporate a company, you can also incorporate a company because you are going to generate more income, and there's no problem with that. But if your company goes wrong, you still are going to have your passive income. That's the thought behind it.
Well, that's fantastic, because I think it is assumed by some people that you're here and you're retired, and it's not allowed that you'd be trading or starting a new enterprise. And isn't that good to know that you can make an extra contribution to the Portuguese economy by working here or starting a business? That's fantastic. Thank you very much for that. Matty, I forgot to mention, I also have my first customer for pain therapy in January, which is a great start. That's fantastic. So there's someone else who's starting up a business in Portugal, all great for the economy. And also, yes, if you are looking for pain therapy, as in, I think that's a therapy to get rid of pain rather than create it, because there is a market for both in this crazy world that we live in. Matty is on the pain relief side rather than the pain creation side, and he's coming to Portugal to do that with quite a revolutionary technique, I believe. I don't know if the Cascais light is hitting my face appropriately. I've just tried to move my setup to see if it is, but I think I've just made the sound very echoey in this rather cavernous and beautifully architectural building that I'm in. Let me know. Okay, good morning from India. Sent an email to A for opening a company. Great news, Malay. That's great. Srivastava. I hope I'm making such a mess of pronunciations this morning. I know I am. Thumbs up for Carl and Gilda. And I've been told off. I get told off. People give me pronunciation notes in YouTube now. Someone was saying, say Lagos and Tavira, and don't say what is it, Azores. That sounds like it's halfway in the Atlantic, but thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. Connie and I are suffering mad Portugal withdrawals. So Saudade over there in California. Hank, bummer on the way until June, says John. I believe there are communal elections. Was annoyed by the speaker cars as well in Relvas during the vacation. Barking dogs, crowing cockerels, and church bells, and at this time of year, election vehicles going round. It's part of life here, Matty. Get used to it. I'll be glad when the election is over and political spam in my mailbox stops, says Thunder. I think, people are not feeling it about the politics here. Palantir Fellowship. Hello, Carl, from Linda in Oregon. Hi, Linda. Hi, Gilda. You always have a wonderful smile.
Oh, thank you.
I'm going to zoom in on it now. There you go. There it is. There it is, everybody. Look, I definitely agree. Christina has been very helpful and awesome. We finally got a reply from Portuguese consulate in India, submitted all the documents and waiting to hear from them. Excited. So how would you assess the relationship between India and Portugal, Gilda?
Out of the three countries that I mentioned, the Indian, it's the most difficult one.
Okay.
But I believe that it's because they have more people that want to come, and maybe less people from the VFS and consulates. So
Yeah.
I think that they are really, really overwhelmed. So we need to be very resilient when it comes to India.
Okay. All right. And you are, by the sound of it, Christina's developing a particular penchant.
Yes, it's like we need to release an email first, like every week, and then when the deadline is gone, it's like every day.
Okay, and then every hour if necessary. Okay. Ian Turner, sounds fantastic. Victoria will be in the Algarve for a month in February, so looking forward to training on the beach with Ian and Victoria there. It's going to be like Baywatch, isn't it? It really is. A remake of Baywatch with Ian and Victoria. I can't wait. Yeah, you're going to beat us, John Gibson, says Hank. Bon dia, Toros from George this morning. Good to see you here. Hank, it's not a competition, just different roads everyone is taking to get where everyone needs to be. A little bit of a philosophical, spiritual insight there. So Hank and John, stay together, keeping in each other's loops there. I'm sorry, but I have a follow-up question. Is a 6-month paid rental contract enough for the SEF appointment? I know it's a year now, but I came at the end of August. Okay, so already amassed some time. Does it need to be 12 months ahead, or does life already lived here count?
Okay. So this is a very common question. The rentals for long term are only 12 months. Okay? So to fulfill the requirements to be registered at the tax office, they need to be a 12 months lease agreement. If they are not, you can use the lease agreement to go to the parish and to have the atestado de junta. And then you go to SEF with an atestado de junta instead of this 6 months rental agreement, that it's not going to be accepted.
Okay. I understand that. It is quite complex, I think. But Debbie, Natalie, let us know if that made sense to you. And we will make sure that you get the answer you need this morning on the visa update on Good Morning Portugal. With me, Carl Munson, and Gilda Pereira, live from Sejal, the balcony in Sejal this morning. Gilda, please, could you give me an idea of the time frame for the D7 process, please? This is how long is a piece of string in a way, but I'm sure you can help a little bit here, Gilda. We contacted you beginning of September. It would be helpful to understand the time frame. Thank you very much. From Debbie Fuller.
You have contacted me through the websites, or
Debbie, I think you need to send that message again, right? We need to make sure.
I need to know where did you contact me, or if we had the consultation already, okay?
Okay.
Because the time frame from the time we start the process itself, like getting the NIF, having the bank account, putting the documents together, VFF, I always say people it's around 6 months.
Okay. All right. Okay. We have this just in. Well, Debbie, let's make sure we're all connected up on that. If you want some help, just drop me a line as well, carl@expatsportugal.com, and we'll make sure everyone's connected up, and you will get the answer to your question about the time frame there. I was distracted. We've been given some money, Gilda. You and I can go out drinking again. Thanks to Siobhan Gertz, who sent us 10 quid this morning and wants to know, it's very kind of you to buy us a drink like this, just as we've got 100 viewers on screen as well. But I want NHR status. Is a winter let okay, or do I need a year-long contract? Asked Siobhan. Do we need more context on that as well?
She needs to have the resident permit. She does it already.
Say that again. Are you asking if she's got it already?
Yeah, the resident permit. I know that she's with us, but I cannot. I cannot.
No, understandable. So Siobhan, thank you very much for your kind gift. When I next see Gilda, and it was great to see you last week, Gilda, with Francesca and Christina.
Thank you.
When I next see you, I will bring this £10 with me, and I will get the three of you a glass of wine, and I'll have a glass of water. But Siobhan, once NHR status, is a winter let okay, or do I need a year-long contract? Siobhan, we need to know what your residency status is as well, as a bit of context and background to that. So we will come back to you on that. Plenty more comments. How are you doing for time, Gilda? Did you have to go quite soon?
4 minutes.
You've got to go in 4 minutes at quarter
Yeah.
to. Right. Okay, let's make this count, everybody. And then I'm going to show you a picture of me in my bathroom. Voila, here is the website about voting. Thank you very much, Khadija. That's fantastic news. Thank you very much for that update. Ujwala, hello and good morning, Colin Judah from Singapore. Let's have a look here.
Ujwala, she's very sweet. She's very sweet. She's our client too.
From Singapore. Okay, I heard Seth is having an Angry Birds tournament. They can't be bought. Oh, Thunder Duck. Yes, not happy there. Ujwala, can we do the reunification visa when the person is already in Portugal on, say, Schengen visa? That's a yes, isn't it? As we've discovered this.
That's a yes. That's a yes.
Okay, and Assessoria Advisory Board. Thank you very much, Antonio, for further clarification on that. I'm scrolling through. I will come back to your comments, but we need to make sure we ask the visa related questions here.
These people are amazing. They help with everything. Wow.
This is the power of our community. This is another. Okay, Siobhan, I am not resident yet. I am at an Airbnb. Okay, so Siobhan, just to clarify, I want a non-habitual resident status. Is a winter let okay, or do I need a year-long contract? And that is her residency status is not a resident yet, and she is currently at an Airbnb in Portugal.
Okay, so this is a big confusion about the non-habitual resident. I keep saying this. This is a wrong name. Okay, the non-habitual resident, it's not a residency status. It's a tax residence status. Yeah. So you can only be a non-habitual resident once you become a residency in Portugal, a resident in Portugal, meaning that you have a residency permit. So when you have a residency permit, you change your tax residency to Portugal, and with your tax residency, you apply for the non-habitual residence. And to change your tax residency to Portugal, you will need a full 12 months contract that needs to be registered at the tax office. And reminding that this operation takes place at the tax office, yes, they will check if the contract is registered at the tax office or not.
Okay, so that's the thing to bear in mind, Siobhan. It's not a residency, it's a tax classification.
Yes.
But what we can see from you telling us this, that you're Irish, and I'm guessing Republic, Schengen, therefore you just need to register here and make...
Yeah, she needs to register at City Hall as a US, and then she needs... Yes, as an Irish citizen living in Portugal, and then needs to make the changing of the tax residence. In that case, having that document, we may be able to help her with that lease agreement.
Yes. Okay. So that's the key thing, Siobhan, as I'm understanding it now, is to make sure that your lease agreement works when you go into the town hall to ask for your residency, which could be done again through the atestado route, depending on what sort of relationship you have with your landlord there, of course. Okay, Siobhan, thank you very much for your contributions and your question this morning. Just a quick couple more before you have to go, Gilda. Can I apply for a NIF in an unmarried name but then get married before moving to Portugal? Is that going to cause problems having different names on the NIF number?
No, he can show that he got the NIF before he was married, and then show the marriage certificate.
Okay.
Or she, in this case.
Brian, you're absolutely right. So your NIF number may
Don't change the name. It only gives troubles. Don't change. Keep your single name. It's the bunch of troubles that it gives us and the bureaucracy that it. Don't change. Keep it. Keep your single name.
I thought you were going to say, don't get married. You're like, young hearts run free. I heard that on the radio.
No. Get married. Don't change your name.
We were
keep
giving
your single name.
Yeah, so get married for sure. Keep your name if you can. And obviously, the really important question this morning before you go is, and if I can find the right picture, I can ask this properly. David Dawson's very keen to know, how is this little fella here this morning?
Actually, I'm a little worried because I can't see him right now, so he might be destroying something at this point.
He will absolutely be destroying. If you've got a young, and I've got to say, here we are in Martinhal and Cascais. You can bring dogs here. You might have to
Yeah, I
wait.
was very happy to know.
Yeah, and our dogs are loving it here. And they even get a little goodie bag, a little not a doggy bag, but a goodie bag, because the kids do. The kids get a lovely little welcome pack, but so do dogs if you bring dogs here. So it's a very, very open-minded and welcoming policy for dogs. So yes, if it's gone quiet and you haven't seen him for a little while, he's probably chewing one of your shoes, Gilda. So you might have to go and rescue your shoe now, right?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
I will send you the damage afterwards.
Yeah, send us a picture of the half-chewed sneaker, and we will celebrate with you, and maybe have a little bit more of a GoFundMe to buy you some new footwear. Hopefully, he hasn't destroyed one of your expensive pieces of footwear there. But lots of love to all the team at the office, and thank you so much for being on a Monday morning. Really do appreciate it, and we'll see you again real soon. Take care, and bye for now.
Bye. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Look at that beautiful blue sky, and look at that beautiful Gilda. Ciao for now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. There she goes. Cut her off. Sorry, Gilda. Just as she was saying ciao to us there. I feel like I can breathe out a bit. And I know that you want to see a picture of me in my bathrobe. And I've given the game away. The picture I was going to show you and ask you if you could guess where I was. I don't know. Should I show this? I'm going to do it. Mrs. M is still over in the breakfast area in the restaurant and is asking if she can join us on the show. Do we want to bring Mrs. M and the kids on? It could be very chaotic. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. I think someone's come in to sort to sort the villa out. Isn't that amazing? So look, this is what I was going to show you earlier on. Me looking like Robert De Niro, I would like to think anyway. And you got to figure out if you can, this is what I was going to do. It's like, can you figure out where I am? With that mirror image of me in my luxurious bathrobe here. But the game has been given away. It is Martinhal, and I have some other pictures to show you of this amazing place. This was it last night. This is the children's playground come evening time. That's the covered pool. Quite extraordinary, this place. It really is amazing. We had a lovely time at Chiado, and we are here in Cascais now. For a few nights. Here is, as you walk into reception, that was taken this morning just after breakfast, and you can see the beautiful reception area, the Portuguese blue sky, and you just walk down those steps and go through into the breakfast area, the restaurant area, and you can have breakfast overlooking that lovely. Well, Mrs. M just felt like she was back in Bali, she said this morning. And one more. I mean, you certainly want to see a picture of my breakfast, don't you? I'm going to show you anyway. And for those of you who've been moaning about a full English, you can get something that approximates very closely to a wonderful English breakfast. I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, to mix my metaphors, especially as there is a fantastic Americano there that I had this morning. But that was breakfast this morning at about 9 minutes to 9. And I'm thinking, I'm just going to have my breakfast here, and I'm going to saunter back over to the villa and do my Good Morning Portugal show, get back to the villa. And I have got the wrong piece of plastic as I'm trying frantically to swipe it over the key fob thing outside, and I have to run back and not be quite as leisurely and cool, calm and collected as I would have liked to have been for the start of the show. So sorry for that 5-minute delay this morning. That was me. Well, with things not going quite according to my breakfast plan this morning. So let's see. Yeah, definitely breathe out after the visa update. If you haven't been able to get an answer to your question, and we know that happens this morning, do go direct to EI, who are in our business directory, which you'll find at expatsportugal.com/business directory. Like Luke and Sarah said, there are too many people in Malta. Matty, I don't remember them saying that, but they are Maltese, of course. Luke and Sarah, the off-gridders who we interviewed, and they're glad to be in Portugal rather than their native Malta. Let's see. If I don't get to your comments this morning, feel free to repost them again. But then, should I say that? Because that just is going to make an endless stream of comments. Malay is saying, I work remotely. My employer client has agreed to give a long-term work contract to provide my services to them from any part of the world. Do you recommend to choose Portugal as my next office? I certainly do, Malay. Srivastava, I would thoroughly recommend that. Many people are coming to Portugal as digital nomads and absolutely loving it. And you can tour all over the country. Wi-Fi connections are very good here. There are so many places in this country to visit and enjoy. They share the same Portuguese spirit, soul, if you like, but they have their little unique flavor wherever you go, as I'm discovering. Cascais is quite new to me. I did come here a long time ago, but last week I came, and it was rocking on Friday night, and we're having a lovely time here again. There is definitely a Cascais flavor. San Martino de Porto, another flavor. Go up north where Khadija is, where Scott is, another flavor altogether, but with the same Portuguese soul. So Malay, definitely. Dora, it's getting more difficult and frustrating in Malta with lots of building, plus prices are extremely high. Okay, interesting. Thanks for the backstory on that. Matty from Jim, we're doing the same thing, getting to the point where everything must go now. Wow. Bryony, bon dia, so we dealt with that, didn't we? Get married, but don't change your name, seemed to be the advice, because it makes for complications. Or change your name later when everything's settled down, maybe. Hola, bon dia from a very grey London. 3 weeks to go, then we'll be in a very happy place. Who knows, Carl, we might even meet up in your neck of the woods. I'd be delighted to meet you, Capricorn 12, and sit and, I'll have a soft drink. You have a beer, if that's your cup of tea, as it were, and we can listen to a few good ones. You'll like this, Capricorn. I felt a really great affirmation this morning as I was coming back from the restaurant, having had breakfast this morning, and Donald Byrd was playing over the PA here with dominoes, which is nice. The lyrics in dominoes are, we'll stand our problems all in a row and then watch them fall like dominoes. It's a tenuous rhyme, but it works. What is Gilda's favorite area to live in Portugal? And why is it Lisbon? I think that's David. She's in Lisbon because that's the best place to have an office, right, for migration. But didn't she say she loved Guarda last week? I think she's a bit like me. She goes somewhere new in Portugal, even as a Portuguese person, and thinks, yes, this is it, and has the old San Martino de Porto syndrome with that. But let's just get that in early next week. David, how are you this morning anyway? Do let me know. Gilda. It's a work thing here in the US. How long of a lead time do you need to get the process started? If we want to be there June 1st, when should we get started? That was my WhatsApp. Okay, so I think she'll go and get... There we go. Good morning, everybody. Very happy to see so many cheerful people taking part on the show today. Yeah, not bad for a Monday morning, eh? And look at that, 5 to 10 already. Let's give that link to Mrs. M as we conclude the show today. I've got to go and enjoy Cascais, everybody. Mrs. M may well join us in just a moment. Let's see. Ahassan, Ula, good morning. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm watching from Bangladesh. I've already contacted with Gilda. I'm planning to visit Portugal end of this year if they open the visit visa. Well, fingers crossed for that. Hassan, thank you for joining us this morning. Gary, what is the basic requirement financially for EU citizens moving to Portugal? There is no financial requirement, is there, Gary? I don't think, for Schengen people. Dora, you just need to prove that you've got somewhere to live, really, and that you are who you are with your ID certificates, as I understand it. Farmhouse ruins with small plot is in the millions. Okay, that's Malta for you. It's certainly not the case here in Portugal, right? Just ask Matty. Never been so cold at night as staying in a villa on Gozo in Malta, says Colin. It's bad memories of Malta. Malta, I'm sorry, Malta, this morning. You are getting a rather short shrift here this morning. I'm sure there's some lovely parts of Malta as well. It's not all bad. If me and my wife apply to D7 independently, should little kids be with me or my wife's application? Are there any rules to it? Thanks, says Alex. Sorry, Alex, but we're a bit too late getting that. You did ask it in time, but I'm sorry, overwhelmed by the comments again. I recommend you go direct to Gilda with that. I'm looking into printing tour shirts. I'd buy one, Hank. We might look at that on the merch side of things. Absolutely, Algarve is the best winter or summer, and we're open. Paul, any chance to mention the Algarve? There he is. John Gibson, will do, Hank. I'm trying to push my schedule. Super excited to move, bringing 3 of my kids with me in December to House Hunt. That'll be a lot of fun. You'll have a great time. Jerry, morning, Jerry. Good morning, Carl and Gilda, both looking sparkling this morning. Thank you, Jerry. Do you really mean that? I'm glad my face is in a bit of a shadow here. we had such a good time in in Lisbon, I have to say, in Beato. But I needed a holiday, so we've come here. Is it the rush for the golden visas that is creating the issues with delays at SEF? I don't think it is, SP. I mean, they're having, as I understand it, they're having an internal reorganisation. They had a bit of bad press earlier on in the year, and they've gone probably at a very difficult time, globally, with so many people wanting to come to Portugal. They chose to reorganize, and some of the staff aren't happy about that. They've had strikes, they've had go-slows, and they're in the middle of a major reorganization and kind of PR exercise. That's what I think is the problem there. Don't think so, says Antonio F, as those have come down in numbers. And that was our webinar last Thursday, folks. If you want to get in for the coastal golden visas for the prime areas, you've got to do it before the end of the year. Work with Daniel Reis on that. Otherwise, next year it's going to be the less inhabited, lower density population areas of Portugal where the golden visa will be focused. Okay, so check our YouTube channel for that. Should have to do with the pandemic and the SEF strikes. So there you go. Yeah, perfect storm of inefficiency. You might say. Thank you for that, Antonio F. Matty Garva. We went back to Casa Benfica for a dinner after we met 2 days later, I think. Very happy you introduced us to that place. Isn't it lovely when you find your special favorite place here in Portugal that very few other people know about? In January, says Matty, I'll most likely need some helping hands to offload the moving truck. Probably will put it on the forums and hope some people can help me then. Isn't that a lovely idea? I think a few beers and pizza at Matty's place in January. Put that in your... yes, save the date. I'm beyond frustrated. I don't believe it, says Fiona. I still don't have my residency. I gave up and handed all my paperwork to a solicitor 2 months ago, having consistently not even any feedback from SEF. It is a big old mess. It's true, Fiona. Not heard a peep since. Not a dicky bird. I've been here 2 years. I was only short of bank statements when I had a local appointment in October last year because they weren't on the list I was given by the municipal or the Camera to bring to the appointment. They wouldn't reschedule for the next available appointment and told me to take everything to SEF. Okay, well, hopefully that gets resolved soon. What can you do? If you've put everything in as required and asked, it's in process, isn't it? You've taken your metaphorical ticket and you sat down and you're in a queue. Probably wouldn't go amiss to drop them a line every now and then and say, look, I'm still waiting. Have I done everything I need to do? I believe I have. You need the paper trail. So, Fiona, sorry to hear that, but it happens. As Forrest Gump said, good morning all from Jacqueline CDM. Beautiful pictures this weekend on the Silver Coast there, Jacqueline CDM, if you don't mind me saying so. I hear no echo or reverb, just the voices in my head. The sound quality is excellent as usual. And Thunder knows about these things, right? So I'm very glad to hear that. Thank you for being my executive producer, Thunder. I can't avoid noticing Hank Stalica's enthusiasm about moving to Portugal. He seems to be one of our greatest fans. Thank you, Hank. It's true. He is. Siobhan, I want to apply for NHR. Okay, we've done that for you, I think, Siobhan. Carl at expatsportugal.com. I'll look out for your name if you need any further help with that, Siobhan. Could Gilda speak again about the income and savings requirement for the first renewal of the residency permit D7? Is this different for a family reunification situation? Jeff, I'm sorry, we've lost her already on that. I would send an email direct, or as I said before, send it to me and I'll get that to her. Best community on the internet. And we believe 100% in what Carl and Jerry and Astrid and other people I don't know have built here. Thank you so much, Hank. It's lovely to hear that. And we're obviously concerned when you said you were a bit bummed this morning. What's up with Hank? We need to know. We need to help. We plan to get as involved and integrated into the community as much as possible, says Hank as well. And we know you'll be true to your word on that, Hank. Yes, the show, definitely deserves maximum support. Thank you, Hank and Joao. Aging disgracefully, Baywatch, lol. I'd watch it, and I think so many other people here would as well. So we've got we've got the Hasselhoff in the form of Ian Turner and Victoria. You're what's she called? What's that lady called? That rather memorable lady. Apart from her name. And I'm quite embarrassed now because I can see her in my mind's eye, but I can't remember her name. Why is that, I wonder? I rock my inner Hoff. Careful, Ian. Don't put your back out rocking your inner Hoff there. But then again, you do know what to do, I think, should that happen. Hold my beer. I'm rocking my inner Hoff. Good morning, Carla, Gilda. Good morning to you, Simon. I'll take that on Gilda's behalf. What's her name? Having trouble hearing you. I think, I'm sorry to say, Gemini, I think that's just you, but I hope that's improved anyway. If I'm in Perth, do I have to go to Sydney for my interview? I'm sorry, I don't know the answer to that. Somebody else might, now that Gilda's gone, tuned in from Australia, possibly. We now have our NIFs moving to Madeira. Thank you so much to EI. House goes on the market today, and we are off to Madeira at the beginning of October. Another satisfied customer. Excellent. Gilda, is EI your 100%? Oh, Gilda, is EI your 100% job? Are you still working in the lawyer's firm, also in the Expats Portugal business? I don't know the answer to that. Do you know EI is Gilda's 200% job, I think. Carney Reset. Good morning, Carney. 9 months here, and I've been trying to get an appointment with Seth since day one. For 3 months, they passed me around in circles. People on the phone telling me to email, then emails telling me to phone. Then they went on strike. Finally got an email in April telling me to send all my documentation, and haven't heard a peep since. Beyond frustrated, as I'm now actively looking for employment, and a lot won't touch you with a barge pole if you don't have residency. So those of you who are not familiar with that particular idiom of the English language, there aren't people literally trying to touch or not touch Carney with a barge pole. That's if you indeed know what a barge pole is. No poles or anything are involved in this. What she's saying is that's not, they're not talking to her. They're not interested unless she's got the residency sorted out, which is a bit of a shame. And I hear your frustration there, Carney, and I don't know what to say. I mean, in my mind's eye, I have myself, you know, in a dinner jacket and with the ambassador of the United Kingdom, Chris, and maybe the Prime Minister of Portugal. I may take my ceremonial sword and ask that things be changed in this regard on Carney's behalf. But until such time, just keep the paper trail. Mrs. M, I think, is coming through on that screen next to me. I don't know if you can see her and I can't, but let's see what happens here. The Wi-Fi has been pretty good so far here at Martinhal, Cascais. Let's see what else is going on here. I think we still got a lot of comments to get through. We have paid for a consultation, but no date for it yet, says Debbie. Speaking with Francesca, uncertain how long to get into the diary, and can we do anything to help? We're in Portugal 5.5 weeks, beginning of October. Debbie, co-opt me into that process. Carl at expatsportugal.com. Gemini, Gilda, do you have to fill out forms online to renew your residency permit? I need to renew. I think, like a lot of others here, Gemini, you need to do that through Seth. Go to your local camera, I would suggest, as your first step, okay? And ask. And, make sure you've got a record of you doing so. So you've done your bit. It is challenging. It is difficult, but keep that paper trail, folks. Lovely day in the Algarve. Despite all of that, it's a lovely day in the Algarve. Gemini, Carl, I keep losing sound, and you're freezing up at times. Pamela Anderson, I've just noticed. Yes. Why can I not remember that? Where are we in the comments here? A load more have just piled in. I'm going to have to go soon, guys. This can't be a 2-hour show unless we get major sponsorship, right? So get me a big sponsorship like Delta Coffee, and I'm working on it, like a big coffee company that sponsors the morning show, and we'll stay here for 2 hours a day, okay? Mrs. M, are you there? She's struggling to come through, I think. Maybe she's out under a pine tree with the kids, or on some major Teletubby style trampoline they've got here at this incredible resort. But we'll see if she can join us. I'll keep chatting for a bit longer. That answer didn't make sense. Oh, did make sense. Okay, that's good. Thanks so much. I'll be heading for the Junta de Freguesia this week. I appreciate your help and this program. Natalie, it is our pleasure. Carl and Gilda, you made my day. Oh, hope you both have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for the reply. It's a pleasure. I'm so glad. Thank you so much, Gilda and Christina from Jim. All the best today, Jim. Absolutely. Do let us know how that goes. And you can let me know any time of the night or day. You've got my WhatsApp. Yep, that's exactly what I've said. Still can't register, or that's what I've had, says Fiona. Still can't register my business either, meaning I can't legally work. 2 years and counting. That's not good, is it? Lol, just realized I'm answering my daughter. Cam Smith, can you spell the name of the form? Oh, attestado. Antonio F, can you type attestado for us into the comments, please? That's the thing that needs to be taken to the town hall. It was pronounced in Portuguese. Yeah, attestado. So attestado, Cam Smith is how I'm going to do it. And I'm thinking someone's going to help me out there. David Dawson. Oh, thank you. That's back to the puppy pictures. I can't believe it. Yes, there you go. Antonio's already on it. Attestado de residencia. Thank you, Antonio. I thought you might do that. Thank you very much, sir, for doing that. Let me see. I think hopefully some of these are repetitions and I'm not missing anybody here. But yes to Mrs. M and the kids. That's if she shows up. Bit of a switch to your mobile data, Mrs. M, or switch to Martinhal's fine Wi-Fi connection. So I just go and get it when they're open. Thank you, says Natalie Gray. Yes to the family being on the screen. Okay, I'm doing my best. Colin Ross Jones, good morning, Colin, from Joao F. Most happy to see you here. Are you on for a beer? Look at that. People organising their social lives here this morning as well. Oh, and I gained some weight during my vacation. Of course you did. 0.5 kilo each day. Gained 7 kilos in 14 days. Is that true? Is that possible? Well, it is certainly possible in Portugal, isn't it? With the beer and the cakes and everything. But did you actually do that? Or is that a joke, Matty? Dom Carlos De Niro. Talking to me? Thank you very much, Thunder. Carl, did you not put the on-air sign on the door? I don't know what's happening now. Somebody did shout through, and then, I don't know, maybe thought, what is that weirdo doing up on the landing up there on the balcony on the first floor, and got scared and left. Maybe they've gone to get the manager. Thanks, Antonio. Do you think I needed... Look at this. Antonio is giving out some advice here as well, which is fantastic. You just need to prove that you're here, Siobhan, okay? But I mean, let's find that help wherever we can here. Good job you didn't stay for 4 weeks, says Stephen. Otherwise, we'd have probably had to airlift you back to the Netherlands. You probably need to go there twice, says Antonio F. One to get the document. Yep, that's right. Portugal, the 2-meeting rule. The first meeting is to find out what we need for the second meeting, and the next with 2 witness signatures. See if your local junta has the document online so you can print it home. Antonio F., excellent value, my friend. Here's Pamela Anderson. Matty, where are you moving? If I can help if nearby. It's quite a schlep up to Central from Algarve, but who knows? They said so in your interview with them. And by the way, I meet them during my vacation, and they put me on one of their videos. Really? You schmoozed your way into an off-grid video as well, Matty, while you were here. That's amazing. Siobhan, yeah, as an EU citizen, you just need to report your address in Portugal to the CEF. Yeah, I think we've covered that this morning. Hopefully, Siobhan, you are in a better place than when you the show began this morning, and that's come as some relief to you. Love Cascais was there 3 years ago. I mean, yeah, it is amazing around here. It has a unique vibe all of its own, does Cascais. Must be all of those beans you had at breakfast. What, Paul? What was the reason why the lady came in and then left again? Thanks so much, Antonio. I think these are people just talking to each other. Oh, Dominoes by Donald Byrd. I'm hoping, great tune, Carl. I'm hoping that one day Noel Rogers and the Chic Organisation come to Portugal. I'll be there with you if that happens. I'll fly over for that gig in a heartbeat and fly the flag for Good Morning Portugal. How amazing would that be? Yeah, Nile Rogers in Portugal. Did my last message come through about the link for David, says Matty? I don't know. On Twitter this morning, a rare Twitter viewer. Good morning. My husband is an EU citizen. I'm a US citizen. Do I still need a D7 visa? Technically, if your husband is an EU citizen, you can work on the reunification that we've talked about a little bit this morning. Xander's mom, number 1. We love you too, Hank. Thank you, Jerry. Jerry, work in the room. And Stephen Wells, the first person to remember Pamela Anderson's name. I wonder why that is, Stephen. Pamela Anderson also says, Andrea, thanks, everybody. Carl, Central Line, sunshine. Yes, I've got to get away. I got to do it now. I got to walk into the sun. I remember that one too. And all the other jazz funkers will hear as well. Lots of Pamela Anderson references now. In case you've just tuned in, we're not going to tell you why. Tina Maria, my Portuguese love. That is a great tune too. Michelle, good morning. Could you answer that Perth question before, please, Michelle? Thanks for the show. It's an absolute pleasure. And, to be doing it here in Cascais this week, in Beato last week. Who else wants to invite me to present the Good Morning Portugal show from another beautiful part of Portugal? I might be able to do that. Ha ha! How old are you, Carl? Your humor always tickles me. I'm pretty sure we are 60s, 70s kids. We so are. Born in 65, Becky, and grew up in the 70s, but had the best time in the 80s. I would say. Although I think, this is controversial to throw in at 10 minutes past 10 in the morning, but I think the 70s were the best musical decade. Will never be touched for all round, the music industry, the breadth of music that happened in the 70s, I think, was the best decade. But we can talk about that another time, perhaps. Mrs. M, what are you doing? Not sure if I can join in. Have joined, but can't hear you. So she is struggling, is Mrs. M, to join us. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow. We're here for a couple more days. Matty, what is your Facebook name? Says David Dawson. And Hank and Jerry, get a room, you guys. Attestado. Yes, thank you, Maxine, for that. David, I believe we already befriended on it, FB, looking for Matthias amongst your friends there. Okay, so lots of people working the room and each other this morning. Great to see. I'll be more than happy to help you in anything in my reach, within my reach, once you set foot in Portugal. Isn't that lovely? Joao F, happy to help Hank and Connie there. Thanks for the kind words. Unfortunately, no joke, I did gain 7 kilos during. They don't tell you about that, do they? That's fascinating. We want a before and after picture, Matty. No joke. I did gain 7 kilos during my 14-day vacation. Time to get back in shape. That's extraordinary. Carl, always a good show. You're a legend. Gilda's a legend. Community are legends. Everyone's a legend. Great to be part of it. You're a legend too, Francis. Thank you so much for that. And yet, Francis is reminding me there, not advertently, but people are sending me lots of lovely photographs and things. And as you know, I was a little bit in a bit of a panic this morning getting online because I was locked out of the villa. So all the photos, I'll have a calmer show tomorrow. We will show Owen's wonderful food. We may well show Thunder Duck's fantastic oceanarium video tomorrow, and all the other things that have been buried in recent times, what with the moving and just with the sheer volume of wonderful goodies that people are sending into the show. So there's no snubs intended here. And I might have forgotten you, but not on purpose. Okay. So feel free to remind me if you're in touch with me on WhatsApp. Matty, there was also Erica Winiak after Pamela was gone. Fond memories, eh? For Matty there, possibly. Connie is going to want to plug us into donating blood and platelets, which we do here in California. Are there blood donation offices, or do you just head to a hospital? I don't know the answer to that, actually, Hank. Somebody will, though. 2 main reasons, Baywatch and barbed wire. They're the 2. Oh, very good, Stephen. I see what you did there. Agree, Bowie, Led Zeppelin, Stones, everyone in the 70s. Yeah. What a time. I was too young to appreciate it fully, but looking back, definitely the 70s. Just head to the hospital if you want to give blood, is the answer coming straight in there. Where are you moving to next, Carl? I think it's back to the Silver Coast, Capricorn 12 next week, and having a bit of we'll need another holiday after this, I think, but going to take it easy for a bit in the Silver Coast in these coming days. Thanks for the confirmation about going to the hospital. If Pamela Anderson was 60 and had no modifications, well, there you go, Victoria. We're definitely making that remake of Baywatch featuring Benson and Turner. Hasselhoff is a legend. He is, isn't he? Are you not extending that honor as well to Pamela? So, no aftermarket parts. Is that what you're saying? Hank is asking a very personal question there, but I think the answer is yes. Thank you all, says Jim. Pink Floyd, random band names being shouted out now. Carl, check WhatsApp for an after pick. Oh, I see. Matty with whatever it was, he's 14 extra kilos just in. Actually, let me should we see? We've got pictures from Mrs. M. That's a funny picture. That's the documentary proof of Matty's bloating during his stay. This is not something we want to advertise, but I'm going to show it anyway. We have a pancake art from one of the children from the lovely breakfast bar that we experienced this morning. So I've got to show that. Young Digby's, my son's pancake art that he created this morning. I've got to show that to you. He'll be delighted about that. So, sorry, dismissing the notifications that are coming in. So we've got pancake art. We've got Matty on the scales. We've got the family having a delightful breakfast this morning, which I can also show. Just downloading all of these now. And Minnie's pancake stack. Children's breakfast art. Kids, stop playing with your food. Unless, of course, it's to show the wonderful people of the Good Morning Portugal community the lovely breakfast you've had, which I'm about to do now, okay? And we'll finish on that. Becky says, yes, agree on the 70s. So not so controversial after all, but let me just show you the picture of Matty. This is Matty after, this is the actual documentary evidence of him standing on the scales there. Have you got knee tattoos or hairy knees, may I ask? Are you, what are those creatures called from Lord of the Rings? A hobbit there. Got hairy knees, Matty, or is it just the angle of the camera there? So there you go. If you zoom in close enough, you will see the wonderful weight gain from Matty there. And I'm going to show you, this is us at breakfast. And I need to take that comment off the screen, don't I? Yeah, this is us at breakfast just a little while ago. At marvelous Martinhal. Look at that. That's me acting all cool, thinking I've got a few minutes left before I go over to breakfast and casually let myself in, not realizing I had the wrong key. And they're getting kind of sweaty this morning. But look, the kids are having a lovely breakfast. And here is the documentary evidence of their artworks that have been created with said breakfast. Here's the first one. This is the young fella's pancake art. Isn't that good? Look at that. They get it from their mother, you know, playing with their food and their creative genius. And here's, I won't be forgiven if I don't show Minnie's pancake stack as well. Here it is. Look at that. They're having a good time, aren't they? They're having is that layers of pancake and ham or cheese there? Very good work, Minnie. I'll see you soon. That's what I'm going to do, folks. I'm going to go and have a mosey around the play park just after I read your final few comments here. Yes, agree on the 70s. ABBA, Bowie, Pink Floyd, Freddie, and all the soul music as well. Absolutely. Natalie, yep. There's a few Pink Floyd fans here, aren't there? The closest I've come to working with Pink Floyd was a tribute act. Was an MC at a beer festival and music festival. It's great fun. And Pink Floyd, what was the tribute act called? But they had the full on, you know, the opera singing bit. I'm sorry, my Floyd, I'm going to call them Floyd. Sounds better than Pink, doesn't it? Because Pink was very misleading. It would lead you on to a later artist in the musical canon. But yeah, there was an incredible tribute act. Did the full on, you know, operatic, the woman singing with the smoke machines, and it was just an amazing finale to this show. Great band, really good band. Obviously they weren't Pink Floyd, but it was pretty impressive, I have to say. Does D7 visa open? It is open. I'm not sure what you mean there. Definitely Hobbit feet. It's both, I guess, Carl, lighting and hairs. Oh, I see, Matty. I was wondering what you're talking about there. Need to lose 10 kilos and hopefully more. Goal is to get below 80 at some point from Matty. Very creative. Claire Torrey. I wonder what that means. Claire Torrey. Is that a link to somebody else? Are you tagging somebody there, Thunder? I will not start eating 2 main courses. I will start with not eating 2 main courses at dinner or lunch. Yeah, that will wear off. And Pink Floyd is a great gig, I think, is generally what Thunder is saying there. You've been amazing, everybody. Wasn't Gilda incredible this morning? And I've noticed my figures have gone down. My listenership just crashes after Gilda's gone. But thanks to those of you who did stay with me after her needing to go and do some work. I think I need to go on a trampoline now. And I will see you tomorrow morning, and we will have a bit of a catch up. Oh, Claire Torrey sings Great Gig in the Sky. That's the old operatic thing going on there with Pink Floyd. Thank you for explaining that, Thunder. And sorry to be so slow on the uptake. Another great show, says Andrea. God bless you all. And thank you so much for being here in these impromptu circumstances. But be here again, broadcasting live from Martinhal tomorrow. Who knows? Might have a different location or a different angle with this wonderful building that we're in. It's an absolutely beautiful villa. Just a stone's throw. Not that I'm going to be throwing stones in this glass house, you understand, but a metaphorical stone's throw from the swimming pool just opposite. One of 3 swimming pools, I'll have you know. Thanks, everyone, says David Dawson. Have a great day. That's a great sentiment to end on. Thank you, David, for that. And yes, I extend that to everybody. And we will see you tomorrow. Have a super day. And yeah, you know, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and let's regroup tomorrow for more fun. Take care and bye for now. Ciao, ciao.